Right, let's start though with the breaking news that we brought you in the last half an hour or so. It relates to Harry Kane and a possible departure from Tottenham. As you can see, our senior reporter Melissa Reddy's joined me. Look, just clear this all up, because quite frankly, it's going to be another summer where all we're talking about is whether Harry Kane is leaving. So, do you have developments on this today for us?
Yeah, for all that's up in the air at Tottenham, the one thing that is set in stone and the club are grounding themselves to is their position that Harry Kane is not for sale this summer. It doesn't matter that he is approaching the final year of his deal, that there are growing concerns that he will not recommit his future to the club. It doesn't matter where they finish in the league table. They have no intention and no desire to sell Harry Kane. They have made that clear. It's a line they've repeated and one that they won't be diverting from. Now, Manchester United, as we know, are long-term admirers of Harry Kane. He is on their wish list. He would be the ideal number 9 for Erik ten Hag. It's not that Kane's price tag would be prohibitive. We're talking about £100 million. Plus, I don't think anyone, given the valuations that we've seen in the transfer market, can say Kane's guarantee of goals is not worth that amount of money. What is prohibitive is negotiating with Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy, and Manchester United and other suitors have no interest in that, in engaging in a drawn-out transfer saga with Levy over Kane. So if Kane does want an exit from Spurs, he would have to drive that himself, whether that be, engaging in the club over talks, making it known that he does want to move on and win trophies. But as things stand at the moment, Tottenham firm in their position, Manchester United saying, we like him a lot, he would always be on our list, we would absolutely explore a deal if Spurs' stance softened, if they were willing and open to talk about business, but they cannot, for a priority position, afford to spend the entire summer on this. Erik ten Hag wants, ideally, most of his squad and the bulk of the new signings to be involved in the majority of pre-season.
It's interesting that this news sort of reaches us, after the weekend that they had. You wonder whether it's deliberate in terms of the fact that they're trying to steady a ship that's all over the place, quite frankly. In terms of the player himself, what do you think, Melissa? Do you think this is a player that wants to see out his days at Tottenham and be the legend? Or is he a player that's going to think, actually, I'm sorry, trophies for me are really important?
Yeah, I think it would be pretty mixed for Harry Kane, because there will be the burning ambition and there will also be that emotive pull of being a Tottenham legend, of, the status he holds at the club, what he means to the people. That carries a lot of weight. And there are a lot of players who have moved on and won stuff elsewhere at other clubs, not the clubs that they felt an affinity to. And they've said it's not really the same. It's kind of empty. You have these medals and the trophies, but you don't have that feeling, that sense of belonging. You have others that go and win things and they think that is what playing football is about. I've reached the pinnacle of my career. Now, Harry Kane has maintained that his mind is not made up yet. He just wants to get to the end of the season. He wants Tottenham to finish as high as possible, and he's so heavily involved in that process. We know that after the debacle at Newcastle, he was part of the senior players committee that, addressed the squad, had conversations with Daniel Levy to plot the path forward and to just re-establish what Tottenham standards are. The club means a lot to him. And in terms of, the timing of the news, I think it's so normal for us to see what's happening at Tottenham and put out the questions. Okay, how does this affect Kane? He is the club's biggest asset, and I think that's why, obviously, they're so rooted to him and want to hold on to him. At the moment, the most assured thing about Tottenham is Kane and his goals and his presence and his love for the club. But I think he has to put himself in the position where he thinks, what is really going to matter. He's always spoken about wanting to win silverware. He would love for that to happen at Spurs. Daniel Levy gave a talk recently where he said he absolutely believes Kane can win those trophies at Tottenham. But he did another very clever thing, I think. He put this mental image in Kane's head. He said, I would love to see a statue of Harry Kane outside our stadium. And I can tell you, as we're sitting here deliberating about what will or won't happen with Kane, he's sitting there visualizing that statue of him outside the stadium and how much that would mean in terms of legacy.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Okay, thank you very much indeed, Melissa, for now.